he shall not take pleasure in his own goods.
Yeah, so he's evil unto himself. Look what he does to his own people just to fuck us over.
Man.
We could have free healthcare in America, but they don't want niggas and spiggers to get it.
I got a quick.
You could have had free. You could have had free college and all that shit, but they don't want niggas to get it because what they know is that when you give Jake equal flooring to Esau, we dominate them.
It's over with.
And in everything that we do,
It's over with.
right? In everything that we do, man.
Physically, academically, anything.
Facts.
I got a precept.
While Jake ass.
When you
Go ahead, brother.
Alright, shalom, shalom. As always, I want to start these videos by giving all glory, honor, and thanks to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son for this wisdom and knowledge. That is Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Harakal Kodash, as well as the salutations upon to the elders and apostles of GMS Great Millstone, whom I learned this truth under and have been laboring, helping younger brothers such as myself understand this 144% doctrine of the Bible. This video, I'm thinking about making it 2 parts, but anyways, this is called Honored in Poverty, and you heard a very edifying, as always, from the collective camps of GMS Chicago with the elder Malcolm going in on basically you can't, what he said, the bar of what he said and what I caught is you can't give equal flooring to Jake, who in comparison to Esau, who's Jacob. So the descendants of Jacob, so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans today, and Esau being you devils, you so-called self-proclaimed WHITEs, and you really not white, you're red. You people, anytime you make it equal with Jake just takes over and dominates. And I believe it was Elder Malcolm, one of his sit-downs of earlier this year, talking about Tiger Woods. He's a prime example of what happens when you give Jake equal flooring. You know, because our people being in poverty and being in last place in this society, we don't have no time or money or resources to be going to the damn driving range and golf course every day. But this Jake right here, Tiger Woods, his daddy had the ability to train his son, and look what happened. He took over and completely dominated. And Lord willing, in the second part, I'm going to highlight that as well. It's just the truth. Jake, you make it equal flooring with Jake. They used to have all so-called white basketball, and what happened? Jake took over. All white baseball, Jake took over. You can't watch no Major League Baseball game without a bunch of Northern Kingdom Jakes in there, okay? And so on and so on. And this is just athletically. Here's Jesse Owens, way back in the day, I believe in the 1930s, taking over. Never mind musically as well as academically, because the beloved brother Spirit Wind Levi down there, the GMS Mississippi camp went in on how we came about 4 decades after they quote unquote abolished slavery into having our own businesses and having our own communities, and we were taking over as well. That was 4 decades after centuries of slavery, okay, where we weren't allowed to read and still had our own schools, our own businesses, and own communities that were thriving better than Esau, which shows you when you make it equal and give Jake equal flooring, we take over. And what the elder right here, Slaki, I'm drawing a blank. The elder Jeremiah, what he's about to do is bring out Proverbs 12, verse 26. So let's get to it. The righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but the way of the wicked seduceth them. Okay, and we're in the time of the wicked in rulership, pursuant to Job 9, verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Okay, so it's like back in Lion King, we got Scar ruling the jungle, and he goes out of his way to seduce Simba from his the righteous ways of his past forefathers. Okay, that's what it currently is right now. But pretty soon, Esau gonna get taken down. Okay, and then we gonna end off on that. But our people still shine in the lowest state we've ever been in. How much more when we get to the kingdom, which we're gonna be glorified. Okay, and Esau knows this. That's why his bitch ass goes all the way out of his way to try to humble and cast down our people. And then I believe it was the other brother, Ayash, of GMS Mississippi. He said Esau always brings up these Jakes, these Bill Cosbys, these Michael Jacksons, these high level entertainers, your P Diddy's, your R Kelly's, just to embarrass them in front of the whole world and say you're still a nigga. Tiger Woods, a prime example of that. He not gonna be able to cast down and shame our people from their excellency and glory in the kingdom. Okay, Psalm 62 verse 4. They only consult to cast him down from his excellency. They delight in lies. They bless with their mouth, but they curse inwardly. Salah. Okay, and that's what Esau does. He goes out of his way to seek to cast our people down from our natural excellency. You give a prime example of that is Black Wall Street back in Tulsa, Oklahoma, as well as you had the East St. Louis massacre. Okay, Esau is a man of blood, and he's a weakling at the end of the day. He was given a sword. He can't fight equally on equal footing with Jake. Okay, but pretty soon the Lord gonna flip that, and he gonna be in our hands. Let's get to this. This is the main scripture or main precept I wanted to bring out. Okay, Ecclesiasticus 10 verse 31. He that is honored in poverty, how much more in riches? And he that is dishonorable in riches, how much more in poverty? And that right there is symbolic to Jacob and Esau. You might have a Michael Jordan or a Tiger Woods, a Derek Jeter to make hundreds of millions of dollars, or LeBron James, but at the end of the day, that they still slaves. They just high-ranking slaves. Okay, our people as a whole are still under the captivity of you Edomites. Okay, but we're still in this low state, as the scriptures say, that cup referring to oppression, a state of hell, a state of poverty. Okay, even in our lowest state, we're still honored and glorified around the whole world, especially outside of the walls of Babylon the Great America. It's even more enhanced how the other nations view our people. I seen a video of Dwight Howard walking into the airport somewhere in Southeast Asia, people losing their mind. Back in the day, Michael Jackson would just pull up to a concert and they would need ambulances because girls were fainting, passing out. And we're in a low state. Imagine how much more in the kingdom to come. All right, but Esau, the devil that the Bible speaks of right now, he's in his kingdom and he's completely dishonorable, and nobody fucks with this man. Nobody likes him for all the wickedness and lies and bloodshed and just snake-like behavior he done did. So imagine how much more when he's loses all his riches that he stole by way of his sword and blood, and he's in a state of poverty. Okay, his woman gonna really look at him like he nothing, and they already do that on this side. Okay, let's close off on this, because I always, my channel handle being Romans 8 verse 18, I always got to remind ourselves, this is beautiful that we got all these enemies and these just oppositions against us, and our people still thrive. And they went into that further into this lesson. Esau he plots and sits up and waits and poisons the food, doesn't give us free healthcare, works our ass to death, and we still ain't dying. We still outnumber this man, okay? And this is just for a season that the wicked get to have rulership and dominion over us. Romans 8 verse 18. For I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us. So once again, going back to Sirach, Ecclesiasticus 10 verse 31, if we honor this much and our people are glorified for their talents and genius, like really for athletic and musical talents on this side, but how much more is that going to be in the kingdom when we're in a state of righteousness and a state of rest, a state of peace, and all the wealth gets back into our hands? Okay, and let's close off on this, because Esau's a bitch at the end of the day, and he knows you can't give it equal flooring with our people, because we, as always, will take over. Zephaniah 3 verse 19, but that day is coming to an end, and Esau can sense through the spirit that he's losing his power. Zephaniah 3 verse 19 and 20, behold, at that time I will undo all that afflict thee, and I will save her that halteth, and gather her that was driven out, and I will get them praise and fame in every land where they have been put to shame. Okay, and pause real quick, just like the brother Ayash GMS Mississippi was going into on one of his live streams on Esau always lifts up these Jakes just to shame them and show them that they still a nigga at the end of the day. All right, you not gonna be able to Tiger Woods us like in the kingdom, or to Michael Jackson us and have our people lose their own damn mind, or to even on an Eve level, to Lil Kim or Serena Williams us, okay, where they want to be like Esau and completely morph and mutate themselves just to look like the oppressor, because our people envy the oppressor. Going back to Proverbs 12:26, the righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but the ways of the wicked seduce them. Your ways aren't gonna work. It's gonna be a kingdom of 144% righteousness, and we gonna shine eternally. All right, and you, on the other hand, you are going to be looked at like the demon and devil you are, and all the other nations that followed you, the other heathen nations, are going to see that. Close off at verse 20. At that time I will bring you again, even in the time that I gather you, for I will make you a name and a praise among the people of the earth, when I turn back your captivity before your eyes, saith the Lord. And I believe it's in Job, the 18th chapter, that speaks on it. Esau ain't gonna have no name in the street. He not gonna have no nephew, no son, no brother-in-law. He ain't gonna have none of that in the kingdom to come, because after that 1,000 years of hardcore captivity, pursuing a book of Obadiah, you gonna get cut off again. You're a two-time loser in your own, and one of them is in your own kingdom. Jake still kick your ass. Okay, so once again, this being titled Honored in Poverty, going back to Sirach 10 verse 31, he that is honorable in riches, or he that is honorable in poverty, how much more in riches. Okay, and our people are a shining light in this low state, how much more in the kingdom. Okay, when we don't have this devil plotting and scheming in the cut, trying to cast down our excellency. All right, and Lord willing, I do a part 2 that's shorter on this as well. I hope this was edifying. Shalom.